What's up, Brysonians? I got a Bat sleeping on my lap, and I got a Choogie ready to teach the world to heal him up. What's going on, Choogie?
What is up?
So we were playing some games, and
Yes.
you were like, "I'll be this guy," and we were like, "Why don't we build this guy?"
Yeah. Yeah, because I had no idea what I was doing. And then we realized that, well, because he got this massive, massive, massive rework. And since then, I always thought he was a little bit difficult, and I'm still holding true to that. I think he's got amazing burst heal potential, but you have to land your Moonfires to heal. So you got to land a small AOE skill shot, and every person that has your healing on them uh, um, gets a burst of health. So it's potentially very useful. Um, you need to be really good at landing those shots.
No wonder I'm so bad at this game. It's all coming together. Well, all right. So he's considered to be an easy healer. He's got regrowth, so it's a heal over time. Heal an allied hero for 380 health over 20 seconds. Obviously, that'll scale as you go. Moonfire, deal 90 damage to areas in area and reveal them for 2 seconds. And then allies with an active regrowth are healed for 130 health for each enemy hero hit by Moonfire. So cool. Entangling Roots, root enemy heroes in an area for 1.25 seconds and deal 117 damage over the duration. The affected area grows over 3 seconds. And then Innervate is your trait. Grant an allied hero 20% of their maximum mana over 5 seconds. While affected by Innervate, their basic ability cooldowns recharge 50% faster. Tranquility for your heroics. Heal nearby allied heroes for 80 health per second for 8 seconds. Allies affected by regrowth within Tranquility's area gain 10 armor. And Twilight Dream, after 0.5 seconds, deal 310 in a large area around Malfurion. Silencing enemies make them unable to use their abilities for 3 seconds, which is a long ass time.
Yeah. No, I believe when you do Tranquility, I believe you can still act. You can still use all your abilities while Tranquility is active.
I believe that is correct. Now, I
Yeah.
have tried playing this guy, so I just kind of built a Healy build, and I think what I thought was a more damagey build, but was probably not good. So I'm just kind of unclicking everything right here, so that we
Sure.
can start
I think
fresh
for the
arena.
most part, I think there's like one set path for him. I don't think he's going to be a guy that has multiple builds.
Yeah, fine by me.
Um, but we'll see. We'll see as we go along here.
All right, what do we
Uh,
got?
so we start off with deep roots. Entangling roots grows 25% larger and persists on the ground 40% longer. And then every time an enemy becomes rooted, you gain 10 mana, which is nice. Because is his stuff is all low mana cost. But the longer you can keep him in the fight, because like I said, you have to land your abilities to heal your team. So you're constantly launching out uh, your abilities. You're constantly shooting them out. So having more of a mana pool is going to be much more beneficial. And there's no cap to this, so you just keep on going and going and going. Vengeful Roots. Entailing Root spawns a treant that deals 58 damage per second and lasts 10 seconds. Repeatable quest. Hitting enemy heroes with Entailing Roots permanently increases the treant's basic attack damage by 7. Um, yeah, so this is cool. Someone gets stuck, you spawn a little tree guy that hits them, and every time you do trap somebody, that tree gets stronger. And then lastly, Emerald Dreams. Entailing Roots sleeps an enemy hero for 2 seconds after its root expires. Uh, so, in a coordinated team, I think Emerald Dreams is going to be absolutely the best because you're rooting them for 3 seconds, and then once they're done being rooted, they sleep for 2 seconds. The problem is if you hit a sleeping target, they wake up. So, uh, entailing roots because becomes something where you can just have a 5 second time period where you can just keep that enemy calm. But you need to make sure your team knows what you're doing, so they don't wake up your opponent. So this is extremely powerful. If you're playing with randoms, don't do it because they're going to see them rooted and they're going to charge for it. So I think the strongest route is deep roots
Okay.
because we're having a larger area. What I found with deep roots is as it grows, they changed it now. So it used to be if you're in it, then you're stuck, but you actually have to wait until the growth actually hits your enemy. So they can run out of it kind of easily. So um, it does make the quest harder, and that's why I don't think the damage is really going to be meaningful with the treant. I don't think he's gonna. I'm. I guess if you want a lane push, this would be good because he lasts for 10 seconds. Even though the root, how long does the root last for?
I think still just the 3.
Oh no, the affected area grows over 3 seconds. I don't know how long they stay rooted for. It doesn't say. Roots enemy here. Oh, 1.25 seconds. Never mind. A 1.25 root is much less than a 3 second root.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I still say deep roots is probably the stronger build.
Okay.
Okay, level 4. Rejuvenation. Casting regrowth on an ally also grants Malfurion its effect for 50% normal duration. Increases Moonfire's reveal duration by 3 seconds. Malfurion's basic attacks against heroes revealed by Moonfire deal 75% more damage. And Shando's Clarity. Gain a second charge of Innervate. Its cooldown recharges 25% faster per ally affected by regrowth. I think there's 2 good choices here. Rejuvenation, obviously. So now, so Rejuvenation's on a slow cast time. It's only 5 seconds, so it's not bad at all. But being able to keep regrowth on your team opposed to having to cast it on yourself, that's 5 seconds where you don't have to waste casting a regrowth on yourself because you just automatically get it. And he gets buffs later on that gives you bonuses per regrowth active. So just by casting your first regrowth, you're actually going to be gaining the effect of 2 because the one on yourself counts.
Oh, okay.
So this one I think is the strongest healing option. Celestial alignment. There's some importance with being able to see where your enemy team is. So the reveal duration by 3 seconds, I guess, is kind of useful. However, him dealing 75% more damage, you don't hit hard, you're never going to hit hard. This is just kind of wasting a talent if you choose this one, I feel. Because the damage part of it, you're not going to be dominating in kills. If you do, it's going to be through Moonfire. Your basic attacks are always shit.
Yeah, your 75% of absolute bullshit is not gonna
Yeah,
turn the tide. Yeah.
And then revealing enemies for 3 more seconds just isn't strong enough than having 2 team mana rebuffs and then 1 auto heal to yourself.
Yeah.
I think Rejuvenation's the strongest choice since you're a healer. However, he's the only guy that can replenish people's mana. So if you have a heavy mana team, so many caster characters, Li Ming, Tassadar, anyone that's going to soak up their mana pool fast, Shando's Clarity isn't bad to have.
Okay.
But for full rejuvenation and your standard build, I think Rejuvenation's the best bet here. Now this one's kind of hard. This one was a good one. So Wild Growth, I think, is good. Each hero hit by Moonfire extends the duration of currently active regrowths by 1 second. So that's cool. Tenacious Roots increase the root duration of entailing roots by 25%. When Malfurion is stunned, the cooldown of entailing roots is instantly reset. This can occur every 10 seconds. So this is pretty cool. It makes your tailing roots a good escape tool, especially because I needed that actually with that last match. If I had this talent, I probably might have been able to live if I landed my tailing roots right. So what happened was I got hooked by the by Stitch's hook. I believe that would have reset it. And then as I was trying to escape, uh, the Butcher did his charge move where he hits you and stuns you, and that definitely would have reset it. So this is pretty good. If you're getting your ass kicked, the escape might be good. Um, Nature's Cure is nice as well. Um, so what this is doing, 45-second cooldown, it removes all stuns, roots, and slows from allies affected by regrowth. The nice part is um, if your enemy team has a Malfurion and say he roots 3 of your team members, but they all have regrowth, you can activate this, and now they're all free. So the enticing part is that you have um, a way to pull your whole team out of a stun or a root or slow in a team fight, as long as they all have regrowth on them. And this is our first little talent where having a instant cast of regrowth on yourself comes in handy because now you're keeping yourself covered as well. So this is very, very handy. The hard part is if there's a map where you're not doing a lot of team fights in, you're only going to know who's stunned and rooted right in front of you.
Yeah.
So if you have, if 3 of your teammates are in other lanes, you're not necessarily going to know what's going on with them. And that's the weakness part of Nature's Cure. So I think Wild Growth is probably the easier talent, because we're already trying to keep regrowth on our team as long as we can and hit as many enemies as we can with Moonfire. So this strengthens both those talents. Well, no, it strengthens the one talent. So by adding an extra second per hero hit, I guess Wild Growth. By level 7, we're probably going to be doing an objective by that point. So I don't know. This is hard to say. I think Wild Growth for what we do is probably the easier choice. Um, but I think the collaborated team effort, I think Nature's Cure is going to be the better choice.
Okay.
So I think probably Wild Growth for us. Um, I think Tranquility is the better option. Being able to heal, have a nice, powerful group heal, actively play while it's active is good. Especially if you're missing your Moonfires, you need kind of a oh shit button.
Yeah, I really like it too. Like when you're pushing core or something, and you're just like, all right, everybody, boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. This is another. So 13 is another hard talent tree. This is a good setup here too. So Nature Swiftness. Malfurion gains 6% movement speed for every active regrowth. So this is another one. Once you cast regrowth on one because of our level 4 talent, yes. Yeah, level 4 rejuvenation gives the one to us. So once we cast it on one person, I get it. So that now that's 12 movement speed right off the bat instead of just 6.
You get 12% no matter what. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's nice. So now you can move around, and he's a squishy guy. And like I was saying, I was getting hooked by Stitches that whole last match. So being able to be more mobile, it will be nice as well. So this one's pretty good. But again, if you can't keep your regrowths up, you're not going to get this benefit. Um, hindering Moonfire. Moonfire slows heroes hit by 25% for 3 seconds. That's fine. The problem with this is that, what's the cooldown of Moonfire? Oh, it's 3 seconds. Well,
It's not
it'd be
nothing.
nice if you could slow them so you can line up your Moonfire better. But they're going to move at full speed again. By the time you can use Moonfire again, they're going to move at normal speed. So you could probably, if you're fast enough, you could probably still land it. So this one's pretty good. It'd be nice if they were slowed, I don't know, for 4 seconds, maybe, but then maybe that would become way too strong of a talent. Uh, I don't know. It sounds like you want this one to make you be able to land Moonfires easier, but I don't know if it actually will necessarily. Um, Revitalize, here the last one, using Innervate also grants Malfurion 80 mana and causes his basic ability cooldowns to refresh 50% faster for 5 seconds. This is the one I chose. Like I said, you want to have our level. Which one? Our level 1 talent gives us more max mana every time we root, which is what we want to do because we don't want to run away. We want to stay in the lane as long as we can. And now, by giving our teammates mana, which will keep them in the lane longer, because how many times have you had to hearth back because you had no mana? Your health was fine, but you had no mana.
Yeah.
Um, so now not only can you give mana to your team, but now it's just like regrowth now. So now when we give mana to our teammate, we're getting mana as well, which is going to be a pretty decent chunk. So 80 mana, that's going to scale. So what do we have? 35 mana for a regrowth, 10 for a Moonfire, 65 for Entangling Roots. So by casting Innervate, we can do 10 Moonfires. Or sorry, 8 Moonfires as of right now. At level 13, that mana is going to be a higher number. So I like this because I think it keeps us. It's going to be more consistent. It's going to be more consistent uptime in the lane.
Yeah. Keeps everybody in the lane, which is good.
Yes. And our basic abilities cool down 50% faster. So that 3-second Moonfire cast is going to be a little pinch. Well, 50% faster. So it'll be. What is it? It should be.
Second and a half faster.
Yeah. Yes. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, so you should be able to get 2 off, I guess, in the amount of time that Revitalize is helping you out.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, and then by that, then if it's truly that, then that's going to help our burst healing as well.
Yeah.
Because if we can get more Moonfires off in that 5 seconds, as long as we land them, it'll be beneficial. All right, so 16. I think this was kind of a hard one too. Ysera's Gift. While Malfurion is above 75% health, regrowth's healing over time is increased by 60%. This is pretty sweet. Because I'm assuming that's going to work on you as well. So it helps you stay above 75%. And yeah, that healing over time. This is good if you're having a hard time landing your Moonfires. This is going to keep that heal over time at a stronger growth rate. So this just makes your regrow stronger on their own. Nature's Balance. Increase Moonfire's area by 25% and regrowth's duration by 3 seconds. This is what I did, but I don't know how helpful it really was. So regrowth's duration by 3 seconds is nice. However, it's already a 20-second by default. And then we chose Wild Growth at level 7, which extends regrowths by 1 second per each hero hit by a Moonfire. So we're already increasing. Now, granted, Moonfire's range is pretty small. So he's got a lot of per enemy heroes hit, but you can only probably hit two in a Moonfire. It's not a big radius. And with that being said, increasing that by 25%, it didn't feel that much bigger to me. I
Yeah.
think probably you can maybe then hit three heroes in a single Moonfire, but
If they were right
at
next
least
to each other and hugging.
yes, in that particular map, I don't think this was very helpful.
So I
Because
have
yeah,
kind of a
they didn't group up much. They didn't group up much. So this one sounds great on paper, but I don't know how useful it actually is.
I have kind of a dumbass question. So like if you're increasing regrowth's duration by 3 seconds,
Yeah,
does it just keep the hot that it would have been? So like for simple math, let's say you heal for 100 every 5 seconds because it's
yeah.
500 over 5 seconds or something. So if you increase the duration by 3 seconds, would you still just heal that 100 every second basically?
That's a good question. I I don't know how that works. Yeah, if you increase the duration, does it slow the heal ticks? Does it or does it is it still the same volume but now over a longer time period, which that means it would actually weaken your heals, your heal per tick. I don't want to say per second because I don't know if that's how fast it goes.
Yeah.
Um, but it will actually slow it down because now instead of being 100 over 5 seconds, it'll be 100 over 8 seconds. So now
Right.
each tick of heal will be less. Or yeah, does it add 3 more seconds worth of that total volume? So yeah, if it's 500 over 5 seconds or whatever, does it add an extra 100 per second?
Does it just like give you the little
So
bit extra or yeah.
yeah, so that's a good question. I don't know,
Add us Malfurion people.
and I don't know how to find that out
Yeah.
unless we go into training, go to the training part, get beat up, and then cast it on yourself and see what that total. But that's hard to tell even too because 20 seconds is such a long time, and you have your passive health regen anyway.
Yeah.
So that's gonna over 20 seconds, it's going to be hard to figure out what's your natural healing regen versus regrowth.
Yeah. Well, it's something we'll
So,
do a little research and we'll figure it out.
yeah, so I'm not sure about that. So that lastly here, Moonlit Harmony increases Moonfire's heal by 15% per ally affected by regrowth. Um, so this is pretty nice. Um, so this makes it where if you're able to keep regrowth on allies, even if you only hit one enemy with Moonfire, you're going to be healing for more burst. Um, which this stacks with our level 4 talent, where when we cast Regrowth, we get it on ourselves. So right off the bat, that means Moonfire is now 30% stronger with our burst heals.
Oh, okay.
Now, after just reading that, I think Moonlit Harmony is probably the best bet to go.
Okay.
Because I had no problem. So since Malfurion is a hero who his whole point is to keep regrowth on multiple enemies. When the match starts and we don't death ball, um, typically it's going to be like 2 to 1 lane and like 1 to 1 lane and 1 to 1 lane. You're probably going to do a lot of your stuff with the double laner, so you'll have 3 to a lane. Now, granted, in that situation, you're going to have to move around a lot, um, but you are going to benefit more with the more allies to heal, kind of like Stukov and Lucio. You're a better healer when you're with more people, and so he's the same way.
Okay.
Like Lieutenant Morales, she's good healing one person. Those three characters are better at healing larger quantities of people. Um, yeah, so the more moonfires you can get makes your burst a lot stronger. Um, with that being said, okay, so if you're having a hard time landing your moonfires, do Ysera's gift. If you're having no problem hitting Moonfires, if that's easy shit for you now, Moonlit Harmony.
Okay.
And then level 20, let's see here. We didn't get here in our game, so okay. Serenity. Each enemy hero hit by Moonfire reduces the cooldown of Tranquility by 3 seconds. Okay, let's. Tranquility is a 80-second cooldown, so that's pretty big. Increase Tranquility's healing by 10% per ally affected by regrowth. That's also very strong. Astral Communication. Activate the channel for 1 second, and then instantly teleport and cast Twilight Dream at the target location. Cooldown is shared with Twilight Dream. Passive. Increase Twilight Dream's silence duration to 4 seconds. So what's Twilight Dream? Blah, 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 blah. Deal damage large area realms for silencing enemies and make them unusable for 4 seconds. It increases it to 4. Okay, 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Okay. So basically, it sounds like this is going to become one of your number buttons. You'll gain an extra icon with this.
Okay.
So you can either cast your heroic as normal, or if you need to pull a Brightwing and teleport, if you see your team needs you in a team fight and you're not there, you can activate that button and teleport to that area, instantly casting this move.
That's pretty cool.
So this does sound pretty cool. It gives you a global presence with your heroic, which is pretty good. Life Bloom. Casting Regrowth instantly heals its target for 10% of their missing health. Okay, that's pretty good. Lunar Shower. If Moonfire hits a hero, its cooldown is reduced by 1 second, and the next Moonfire within 6 seconds deals 20% more damage. This damage bonus stacks up to 60%. Wow, that's pretty wild. Okay.
That's because they know no one can hit them.
Yeah, so if you're good at landing Moonfires, this sounds really, really powerful. Because now every 2 seconds you can land a Moonfire as long as you hit somebody. 6 seconds and this 20% stacks up to 60%. Well, yeah, it's pretty good. I guess if you're dominating, if you're just like if you have more than one healer, this isn't bad. I think Life Bloom is a stronger choice
Yeah, it probably is.
because it's just outright healing on a move you're already spamming anyway. Because basically, regrowth should be off cooldown constantly, or on cooldown rather. Once you can cast it, you pretty much want to cast it again for the most part. And then again, if you're not landing your Moonfires, then this will help you out with your healing as well. But Serenity wouldn't be a bad choice either, because it is a pretty powerful buff.
Yeah, but same thing. It's
But
like if you're hitting your Moonfires, then maybe Serenity, but Life Bloom just seems like a guarantee without having to be good.
Yeah. So I think Life Bloom would be the way to go.
Well, cool.
Now I do see some buffing Moonfire. So I do see a damage build with him, because there's enough stuff for Moonfires, but if you're not good at landing if you're having a hard time casting Moonfire, then definitely don't do it.
If you have MD, if you have Moonfire dysfunction, like, don't do it.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, all you need is some practice to understand the move, learn how the enemy characters work. But some characters are so mobile that it's really hard to land Moonfire. Period.
Yeah, you're like, you're not hitting Vala with that.
Yeah,
Except
so
by
some
accident.
characters,
Yeah.
yeah, so some characters, they're going to be hard to hit. Period. So yeah, I kind of feel like it's up to you. I can put together another build, but I don't think I don't know how viable it is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. let's give this a go. All right, folks. All right, Brestonians, sweet healer build for y'all to check out. And then if we decide later that we were like, holy shit, Moonfire is viable, then we'll just do another quick Malfurion Moonfire build at that juncture. Until then,
Yeah.
like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of this content. As always, we appreciate the love and support, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye!
See ya.